Hey, what's good, Iwi gang, man? Sorry I'm late. Thank you for your patience. We about to go ahead and get straight to it. Today is trading day, so we're gonna be looking at 4 good trades as far as forex goes. See what's ready, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna get these numbers right and get everything in that we need to get in. My bad. I gotta pull my thing up. All right, we live. So let me go ahead and get into this because we are ready. All right. Daily 4-hour, 1 hour, everything straight. All right. So first things first, we have Aussie strong, cat is weak. Aussie strong, Swiss franc is weak. Euro is weak. Aussie strong. Pound is weak. Aussie strong. Aussie's weak. Yen is strong. Aussie's weak. New Zealand is strong. Aussie strong. US dollar is weak. We got a +3 Aussie, and it went up 10 from last correlation. CAD is weak. Swiss franc is strong. Euro strong. CAD is weak. Pound is strong. CAD is weak. CAD is weak. Yen is strong. New Zealand is strong. CAD is weak. US dollar is weak. CAD is strong. So we have a -5 CAD and went down 2 from last correlation. Euro is weak. Swiss franc is strong. Ooh. These are buyers. Okay, I see. Pound is strong. Swiss franc is weak. Swiss franc is weak. Yen is strong. New Zealand is strong. Swiss franc is weak. And US dollar is weak. Swiss franc is strong. And that gives us a -1 Swiss franc. And it's going down 8 from yesterday. Euro is weak. Pound is strong. Euro is weak. Yen is strong. Euro is weak. New Zealand is strong. Euro is strong. US dollar is weak. So we got a -3 euro. It went down 4 from last correlation. Pound is weak. Pound is weak. Yen is strong. Pound is weak. New Zealand is strong. Pound is strong. US dollar is weak. So we got a +1 pound. It went down 2 from last correlation. New Zealand is strong. And yen is weak. US dollar is weak. Yen is strong. We got a +5 yen. No change from last correlation. And then New Zealand and US dollar. New Zealand is strong. And US dollar is weak. That gives us a +7 New Zealand and gives us a -5 US dollar. Wait, no, that's, hold on, wait a minute. -7, my bad. I knew something was off. I scribbled out. That's why it looked like that. All right, New Zealand went up 8 from last correlation. US dollar went down 2. All right, so as we rank these, New Zealand is +7. Yen is +5. Aussie's +3. Pound is +1. Swiss franc is -1. Euro is -3. CAD is -5. And US dollar is -7. All right, so let's do the end of season crypto, and then we'll find out trades and see what we got. Dow Jones is weak. NASDAQ weak. S&P weak. Bitcoin strong. Litecoin strong. Ethereum, strong. Doge, strong. Hey, I remember last night when I was saying that they taking all of the money out of stock market and moving it into crypto now. I love this game, man. It can be so predictable. All right. So anyway, let's look at our trades, man. So far we got New Zealand +7, yen at +5, CAD at -5, US dollar at -7. So that's pretty much the realm we're gonna be playing with. So first off, we have +7 and -7. So we have a New Zealand USD. We have a New Zealand USD trade. That pair could potentially work. We have +7, -5. That would be New Zealand CAD, if I'm not mistaken. I think New Zealand's on the left side of that. Yeah. And then we have -5. No, +5, -7. Or +5, -5. And then that would be CAD yen. And then we have +5, -7. And that will be US dollar yen. All right, so with that being said, we'll be looking at let me see, New Zealand +7, US dollar -5. My bad, I'm just rewriting these because I didn't put the numbers beside them. And then we CAD at -5, yen at +5, CAD at US dollar at -7, and yen at +5. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the first one, right? We're going to look at the New Zealand US dollar because those are usually the ones we like to go with first because they're likely not going to have a pullback on it, but we got to break down everything piece by piece. So this is where we're trading for today. We go back 2 days. Here is the candle that we own, and they were supposed to be selling here, right? So this one would have been white. All right, so we know that they went through that point, so this makes it our start. We don't have an end, but we have a high. So this likely is going to be just a high, right? But we have to ask ourselves what's happening right now, right? This, we definitely don't want to counter trend just yet because it's too much power for the New Zealand. So we don't want to sell it. And there's not enough power in the US dollar. So where we are here, as far as the yen goes, the New Zealand goes, we are in that first movement and we could be getting the pullback. I know, right? Like, just it gets to a point like when you can start seeing it like that, it's wild because it takes away from the actual frenzy that everybody else gets lost in. Like, you can literally know exactly what's going to happen when you see it. You can pretty much say, like, for example, I'm like, all right, where's the US dollar going to put the money in now? Because it's not in stocks and Forex is pretty much transitioning out. So it has to go to crypto. It's like just seeing it there and just knowing where to put it. It's fun, man. It's crazy too, though, because it's like we shouldn't know how to do this. But we do. All right. So New Zealand is +7, right? And then the US dollar is -7. So chart up. All right. 2 days back, we have no sellers. Well, the seller we had, we took out. So we have no sellers up here, right? So we don't need to be anticipating a sell. We don't need to be trying to counter trending because there's nothing up here to push the market down. Now, with that being said, because of where we are, we have to wait for a specific piece to know what we're looking for. This one's going to be slightly different because we're not going to get much of a pullback down to an area. But we know that based off of the fact that this candle's still open, this candle has to come back down just a little bit. I feel like what's going to happen, this candle is going to spike up and we can possibly go through here. but this candle isn't done yet, right? Because the body isn't done. So being that the buying started down here, I say wait for a pullback, but now we got to see where our pullback could potentially be. All right. We know where the correlation is, we know where we're at, and we know that the US dollar is weak. So the first area of importance, knowing that this was a sell point that they went through, right? We're going to look at this area right here, right? This area that I just marked is visible here, is visible on our 4-hour time frame as well, but it's not visible on our daily time frame. So that's how I feel like it's going to be a strong point. For this New Zealand US dollar, no buy can happen until it crosses below this line. Right? If it doesn't cross that below that line, guess what? You let it go. But if it do, then you can prepare for your buy. So I'm gonna set an alert for there, because below, for New Zealand US dollar, below 0.61946 is where the buy happens. So anywhere below here when it crosses through this line. But you also know, because we need that that confirmation from our third time frame, we need that 4-hour time frame at least poke through here. So being that we're in the 4-hour candle right now, we're nowhere near here. We can't do anything until after 9 o'clock. So after 9 o'clock, if after 9 o'clock it bounces through here and we know what we see as far as our candle hints, then we can take it as a buy. But for now, don't worry about it. Let it come back down at least to somewhere around here, and then you can take that buy. So for New Zealand US dollar, we have buy below 0.61946. All right, now let's look at now with this one, you have it's going to be a little pullback simply because you have no buyer. Well, you have opposites, right? Complete opposites coming at each other. So we know that there's no buyers as far as the US dollar goes, and there's no sellers as far as the New Zealand yen goes. So that pullback is going to be straight. It's going to come back down, and then we're going to be able to move it down. So now when we look at the next one, though, this New Zealand CAD, right? New Zealand is at New Zealand's at +7, but CAD is at -5. With CAD being at -5, that lets us know that we have a buyer, right? We have somebody that can push the New Zealand down, because CAD isn't it isn't -7, right? If CAD was -7, we can pretty much look at it like, okay, there's not going to be much of a pullback, but there's a buyer there. So now take it back our 2 days. We see where we are here. If you looked at the chart, you could pretty much gauge where I'm going to mark it. But this right here is where that candle was. So then they went through this movement, was ultimately going through here. So we're likely going to have a pullback. Now, the pullback that we're likely to get, being that we have, when we look at these numbers here, we have New Zealand at a +7, and then we have CAD at a -5. So with CAD at -5 means that there's a strength somewhere in there. There's a buyer in there. So we're likely going to get a pullback. We got to break below here anyway, right? So because this is our 1 hour, our target area, we can't buy it until it comes below here, right? Let's make this orange. All right. So being that we can't do anything until it comes down here anyway, and we know that CAD has it has at least one buyer here, one power in it to push it down, we're going to wait on that. So for this one, not stop loss, I said alert. I click remove drawn too. Force a habit, something else. All right, so New Zealand CAD is going to be a buy below 0.8942. All right. Wait, 84942. I knew that looked weird. 84942. All right. And then lastly, next we have CAD yen. So let me set my alert for here. And so whichever one of these alerts fire off first and they ready, that's the one I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna do the counter trend tonight, because I just don't feel like doing it. Unless I break down one of these and it give me a solid counter trend, then I'm gonna take it. But All right, so here we have CAD at a -5, and then we have yen at a +5. Okay, this is going to send the chart down. This is supposed to send the chart down. So we got 1, 2. Take it back, our 2 days. Boom, 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 boom. This will be where that one is. Bow. And we're here now. So now, if we took it back 2 days, what was it for? What's this? CAD yen? 2 days ago, CAD was -7, yen was at a +5. So we know that the chart is likely going to keep going down, but this 4 hours giving us some smoke. So if we're looking here, right, and we know that they started selling here, right, this might be ready to go. But here's why I feel like it might be ready to go, right? Because the daily player sold from here, they kind of ended here, and this is like midway through the candle, right? But if we look here for the 1 hour, right, that area that they wanted to come back and challenge to there, they kind of did it. So you know how we got the three looks where we, see it probe through. We need the candle to have the back-to-back candles above it. I mean, the back-to-back candles above that area. This is that point, right? So this CAD yen could be ready for a sale, but I wouldn't do it yet. I wouldn't do it yet simply because if this is where the sale is at, right, we can't sell it until it's above this line, right? We got to buy it below here, but this doesn't mean we can buy it for a counter trend, because that doesn't mean the price is going to go up with CAD selling. So at this area, me personally, I feel like with CAD being a -5 and yen at a +5, it's pretty much greenlit. It's good. So now when we hit the alert, so this one you can sell it above, what's this price? 97.17. All right, set that alert just in case it crosses over. Chances are this one's not, but because of where this one is, where your stop loss could be. That's a bad stop loss. We don't really want that, but it's at a good space. If it crosses above this line again, you can sell it, but if it stays below it, don't mess with it. So that's the CAD yen. And then, it's going to come back up. Let me say that too. All right. So with CAD being -5 and yen at a +5, right? CAD has a strong power in it. So that means we're likely going to get a pushback. So it might come above here. With yen being +5, that means it has a minus in it too, which means when yen is starting to lose its power and giving up some friction, but it's not completely done. So first, we can buy above here, but we also have to see, has the 4-hour candle came above here. All right, so we got two 4-hour candles that spiked above, right? So we don't know if we're getting the turn or not yet. I say let it come up above here, challenge somewhere around here, and then set your stop. Let it run into the sell. But for now, it's nothing you can do with this, right? It's nothing you can do with this. We already challenged this area. We're coming back down to challenge here. We went through it, so sellers definitely still had the power here. They just reacted from there. So I say because there's still that buyer here, even though CAD is strong, and there's still that seller here, even though yen is strong, is going to allow us to get a pullback for a better price. Let it come up a little bit, probably around here, right? Unless you can get in now and set your stop loss, but somewhere around here is going to be a good price to sell. So for the CAD yen, you can sell anywhere above 97.17. All right, and then let's look at the last one, US dollar yen, which is a sell as well. And this one could be a market turn, right? It could be a market turn into a pullback, but let's see. Because we have US dollar at -7. And then we have yen at +5. We have no friction from the US dollar. So it's going to stay going down. There's nothing that's going to likely give us a pullback. But with this yen being at a +5, right? With this yen being at a +5 and at a +7, it has enough room to give us something back. So go back our 2 days. All right, we are still selling. There's no worries there. Now, when we get here, we have to ask ourselves, where is a good spot to sell from? So for the 1 hour time frame, let's make this magenta or pink. All right. For the 1 hour time frame, we are going to be here. All right. So US dollar, the USD yen, we can sell above 133.824. Right now, again, you can go through all 28 pairs if you want to, but these are the ones that are likely going to be ready. Me personally, what I feel is going to happen, I'm going to end up, I feel like it's either going to be I don't know, I feel like maybe the US dollar yen might be the first one to fire off, right? Because we know overall we're still selling the US dollar. I mean, the US dollar is, no, the US dollar is actually, it's monthly strong, but it's daily weak. So, with the US dollar still at a -7, we know that it went from -5 to -7. So this right here could be the low, could be the bottom, right? It could be the end. So what we have to do, because we know we got the pocket, we need to let it come up above here, as always. Once we get that back-to-back candle to close how we need it, we can hit the sell. And this one, ooh, this is a nice little movement right here, 180 pips. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up going with, the US dollar yen. But at the end of the day, all of these, I need the alert to go off first. So we got time. We need a 4-hour candle to at least go through them. So good news about all of these is that they were all below the alert line. So it's not much that we have to watch. We can come back again after 9 o'clock when this passes or whenever the alerts go off. All right. So those are the trades. Those are the available ones that the ones that would be ready tonight that we can take and ride with and go from there. Like I said, me personally, I'm gonna go for that US dollar yen, but they're all ready. Whichever one goes off first is the one I'm going to take that gives me everything that I'm looking for. So, yeah, I can't do nothing anyway until after 9 o'clock because I need that 4-hour candle to close and I need it to at least touch through the line. So, maybe about 10 or 11 o'clock, I'll probably post if I'm up when I catch it, and if not, we'll just do something in the morning. But those are the 4 for the night. Tomorrow, going into the markets, we have a -7 US dollar, which means that the stocks are going to rise. Stocks are going to rise for the trap. So we know, as we're seeing how the US dollar went from -3, now it's at -7. We can spit this. This is one of the reasons why I'm anticipating a market turn for tomorrow. But if we can get that market turn for tomorrow, then everything else will be going in. So that AMC that I was looking at, that put option, I did take it. I'm still in it. It went up against me and stuff, but I got it set for the end of the week because that's when it's gonna regulate. And if not, I mean, it is what it is. But I'll check that back again on Friday. That's about it. Study hard. Tomorrow is webinar day, so we will be doing a webinar on whatever is after the candles, which is the pockets. So it's pockets, pullback. Well, the pocket will be the next part of the market. So however we decide and figure out how we can work the pocket out, we'll have a webinar on that. And I got 24 hours to decide. So we'll know what's up and we'll go from there. So that's all I got for y'all. Oh, and there's going to be some changes too. There's entirely too many videos in that folder. I didn't know it was that many. So what I'm going to start doing is only leaving the videos for that month in there, right? The videos aren't going to go anywhere, but for the actual course itself is going to be like, but then I'm going to add like, I'm gonna try to figure out a way so I can add it so you can go back to the old ones too. But it's entirely too much to be thumbing through. So I'm gonna try to limit it to 30 videos at a time. So like when a month is done, and then I'm gonna take that folder and then use it as add content and just put it as, hey, here's all of the videos. So marketing stuff. Y'all know, repurposing your content. Y'all know the vibes. So that's all I got. Tomorrow's webinar day, and we will be back hitting it hard then. So If you got any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the EWE, anything, you know, contact me. Y'all know what's up. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night and make sure your trades hit and you get some money tomorrow. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom as always. I'm out.